When people are not happy, they speak out. When people are not happy, they voice out. So, Honorable Minister, you've got to understand that freedom of expression as a constitutional right cannot be tampered with in our nation. What Honorable Bowman Lusambo did yesterday is very wrong. What Honorable Bowman Lusambo did yesterday, he has to apologize to the nation over what he did, over what he said. Honorable Bowman Lusambo was not in line with what he said. Honorable Bowman Lusambo was stepping on the constitution of Zambia when he began to say what he began to say. Honorable Bowman Lusambo represents the Zambian people. Honorable Bowman Lusambo does not only represent the PF government. Honorable Bowman Lusambo does not only represent the PF government or the president Edgar Lungu. Honorable Bowman Lusambo represents all Zambians, and I don't care if you want to hear what I want to say or if you don't want to hear it. I don't care. What I'm talking about right now is that, listen, the things that are happening in Zambia are bad. The electricity tariffs have gone high. The standard of living in Zambia has gone extra high. People are coming from COVID-19. Things are tough on them. You cannot begin to threaten them when they begin to speak out. They are speaking out not because they want to wage war against the government. They are speaking out so that their voices may be heard. And when their voices are heard, there can be a change in how things are working right now. And I'm very, very disappointed at Kings Malembe, who is a man of God. I'm very disappointed at him, the highest level. He is a man of God. He was supposed to stand by what he said. He was supposed to stand by what he was speaking out. But listen to me. This is the problem we have in Zambia. Everyone that speaks out in Zambia, they will come out and say he has been paid. Nobody has been paid. People are hungry. People are suffering. So it is the anger in their stomach that has paid them. Look, when people begin to speak like this, I came on Facebook the other day and I said to the people on Facebook, I said, listen, everybody is crying for change, but change is not 2021 election. Change is people in government. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Now, listen to me. Your people, when they begin to speak to you, when they begin to advise you, when they begin to cry out, it is not a time to threaten them. It is time to reassure them. Zambia needs to assure the voters. Zambia needs to reassure the country that all is well. It's very unconstitutional for an honorable minister, a member of parliament, to come out and say the things that he said on media. Now, a lot of people will say pastors should not talk about politics. I stay in Zambia. I buy fuel in Zambia. I buy mealie meal in Zambia. I live in the same Zambia. When people are suffering in Zambia, you cannot tell me that a man of God must not speak about what is happening in the nation of Zambia. Hear me and hear me well. Zambia is going to a stage where the constitution is being stepped on. I think what Honorable Bowman Lusambo said yesterday, he was directly in what word can I use, the right word? He was directly decampaigning the president, because the president cannot come out and say stop positive criticism, stop giving checks and balances. So when Honorable Bowman Lusambo says that that you shouldn't talk or you shouldn't make statements on what is happening in Zambia, what does he mean? And when Honorable Bowman Lusambo says that you people are naked, what does it mean? So this is our appeal to the Honorable Minister. The Honorable Minister Bowman Lusambo should withdraw his statement. Honorable Boma Lusambo should withdraw his statement. He should apologize to the Zambian people. He was out of line. No one can support him. And we don't say this because we hate the PF government. We have been praying for the PF government. We have been speaking for the PF government. We have been telling people to be patient. Even in our churches, we are telling people to be patient. We are telling people to pray for leaders. But if leaders are going to be coming out to step on the constitutional rights of people for freedom of expression, freedom of expression is not only a right in Zambia. Freedom of expression is a right in all countries of the world. This is a human right. So in case you are watching me and you have got access to the minister, and you people who talk to the minister, you've got to tell the minister that people are not happy. And when people are not happy, the best that you can do, you give them access to speech. You give them access to freedom of expression. You give them access to air out their views and air out their concerns. Zambia is indeed a Christian nation. And as we fear God, and as we rise up in prayer for the nation, we need to have a reassurance that cabinet ministers, MPs, are standing together with us. We cannot have MPs, we cannot have members of parliament that are speaking the lawlessness in their mouths. What Honorable Boma Lusambo yesterday spoke is lawless. Is absolutely lawless. If anything, if there is need for B-Flow to apologize, and Honorable Boma Lusambo needs to apologize, the one that needs to apologize is Honorable Boma Lusambo. He needs to apologize to the Zambian people. He needs to apologize to the electorates that put him in that office. He needs to apologize to them, because what he did yesterday, it cannot be condoned. It cannot be taken lightly. That is a warning. These people are actually warning. They are saying, you cannot do anything. You cannot say anything. But what kind of society are we going to have if we, as the youths, as the future leaders of tomorrow, and I'm speaking as a youthful leader, because bishops and pastors and all those big people, once upon a time, they are not going to be there. We are the people that are going to be there. What kind of society are we going to lead? Are we going to lead a society that is timid? Are we going to lead a society that is intimidated? Are we going to lead that kind of society? Our president, His Excellency, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, needs to take action and take responsibility over the words that Honorable Boma Lusambo said yesterday. He needs to take responsibility. He needs to do so. Because if there is silence everywhere, everything has happened and people are silent. You cannot be silent like this. Do not listen. If you are a youth, and if you are a Zambian and you have a voter's card, and things are happening in your nation and you become silent, it is your fault that things are happening like that. It is your fault. When leaders begin to take the law in their own hands, when leaders begin to intimidate citizens and everybody is quiet, it is your fault. I'm telling you, it is your fault. We cannot allow them to intimidate the nation. And this is my sincere appeal to Honorable Boma Lusambo, as he cannot be the center of the nation. He needs to understand that he needs to retract his statement. His statement cannot be left just like that. Look at now, the BBC is reporting about Zambia. The BBC is now reporting that honorable ministers in Zambia are stepping on freedom of expression. Who did that? Honorable Boma Lusambo, you have brought the country into disrepute. Honorable Boma Lusambo has made the country Zambia a laughing stock. Check the BBC today. I was very disappointed. I was I was taken aback when I saw the BBC reporting that Zambia is now fighting for its freedom of expression. Imagine that. Imagine making headlines for the wrong things. Why should our ministers, why should our MPs make headlines for the wrong things? Why can they make headlines for the right things? If I move out of Zambia and I go to South Africa today and they check my passport and they say I'm a Zambian, what are they going to say about Zambia? They're going to say that's the country where people don't speak. So now we are now a laughing stock to all the nations that this is a country that is not allowed to speak. When you speak in Zambia, they will threaten you. This is what is happening. And this has to come to an end. This has to come to an end. The Honorable Minister has to apologize to the nation. Full stop. The Honorable Minister has to take responsibility of his actions. Full stop. And if need be, what rules and regulations guide the ministers? What rules and regulations guide our MPs? Because they need to know their boundaries. As much as the Honorable Minister is saying that the youths have to know their boundaries, we also ask the Honorable Minister, what are the boundaries of the MPs? What are the boundaries of the elected members? What are the boundaries of the cabinet? If the cabinet has no boundaries, we are putting the country at anarchy. We are bringing anarchy in the country. Everyone is out there talking about Zambia because an honorable minister in Zambia could not settle a matter that he was supposed to settle carefully. Zambia is not a country of vagabonds. Zambia is one of the countries in Africa that has the highest rate of educated people in Zambia. And if Honorable Minister Boma Lusambo says, what do you know about mines? On mining, does it mean that there are no professionals in Zambia who can correctly articulate themselves in a way that Zambians are able to understand things of mining? Does it mean that he's the only professional? Is Honorable Minister Boma Lusambo the only man that understands mining in Zambia? This is our gold we are talking about. We are not talking about something else. We are talking about our gold. I have a green national registration card. I have a voter's card. I vote at every election. God forbid I was not around when Zambia was voting for their leader, the president Edgar Chagolungu. I was not in the country. I was in South Africa. But listen to me. Zambia is for every Zambian. Zambia is for Honorable Boma Lusambo. Zambia is for Prophet Ian Genesis. Zambia is for Biflo. Zambia is for Chela Tukuta. Zambia is for every Zambian. And if Honorable Boma Lusambo is saying Zambians must find channels to air their grievances, you don't expect. First, let me speak about Honorable Boma Lusambo. First of all, his office is crowded. In order for you to get an appointment with Honorable Boma Lusambo, you have to be in a queue. You have to wait for months and months and months and months and months and months and months in order for you to meet Honorable Boma Lusambo. How much more meeting the Republican president of Zambia? Should we all line up and go to State House so that we air our grievances to the president? The president of the Republic of Zambia was constitutionally elected by the Zambian people. Therefore, the office that he occupies, he was given power by the Zambian people. And it is the Zambian people who are asking, it is the Zambian people who are asking the president to review some of these things. These are the kind of people that the president has to fire. When we are talking about the president has to fire some MPs, these are the kind of people that the president has to fire. The president actually has to set an example. If need be, on moral grounds, Honorable Boma Lusambo must tender in his resignation on moral grounds. We all watched his interview on Diamond TV. We all heard him when he categorically stated that we are not supposed to speak, and when we speak, we are going to be put in line. We heard him. Journalists were asking Honorable Bowman Lusambo, what do you mean when you say that these people, you are giving them an ultimatum? What kind of ultimatum is that? Who does that? In which nation is that? We are not under colonial rule. We have fought, our parents, our forefathers fought for the independence of Zambia. After Honorable Bowman Lusambo is no more, our children will still live in Zambia. Don't destroy Zambia for us. Don't destroy Zambia for us. And we are saying this, and if this is going to be lawless, then we let the minister take it up upon himself to arrest everybody that is going to speak out. But we are not going to remain silent, because the future of Zambia and our children, Honorable Bowman Lusambo has a salary, is a salaried minister. Honorable Bowman Lusambo, you are a salaried minister. You are paid by the Zambian people. Don't take the Zambian people for granted. Don't take us for granted. We pay our taxes every day. We pay taxes with ZRA. We pay taxes when we go to Pick and Pay. We pay taxes when we go to Zesco. We pay taxes everywhere in Zambia. We are paying taxes. You cannot say we cannot speak. And when they speak, you are saying they are sponsored by the opposition. Which opposition is sponsoring Zambians? For example, in PHI in Lusaka, there has been no water. No water in PHI Lusaka. There has been no water for the past 4 years. There has been no water, running water in PHI. People in Lusaka, in PHI, fetch water like they are living in the location, like they are living in compounds. What do you expect them to do? You expect them to line up with placards at State House? No, we are more civilized than that. When we air out our concerns, the president has to look at our concerns and has to answer to us. I am not a cadre of anybody. I'm not a cadre for PF. I'm not a cadre for UPND. This is what I've got to tell you, Honorable Minister. You were out of line. You need to apologize to the Zambian people. Honorable Bowman Lusambo was out of line. Honorable Bowman Lusambo was out of line, and he needs to apologize to the Zambian people and the powers that put him there. Because Honorable Bowman Lusambo is not a cabinet minister, by the way. Honorable Bowman Lusambo is a presidential appointee. So we are appealing to the President of the Republic of Zambia to look into the matter of Honorable Bowman Lusambo, because what he is instilling fear in the Zambian people. Is instilling fear in the Zambian people. We cannot be afraid in Mother Zambia. We cannot be afraid to speak in Mother Zambia. We cannot be afraid to defend the constitution in Zambia. Mr. Honorable Bowman Lusambo, you need to apologize to the Zambian people. You need to apologize to the youths. You need to seek our apology. He needs to apologize. And with sincerity, he needs to apologize. He is one of the people that needs to apologize. There is no need for B-Flow to apologize. There is no need to other people and activists who are speaking to apologize. Zambia, how did we get to a place where we cannot speak? Freedom of expression. How did we get to that place?